All right, so this video is a side lying laying series that I put together. So first we're just going to start with basic footwork. So we want neutral pelvis, the bottom leg is resting on the bar, my foot is running parallel along the bar. I'm going to press out, make sure those lower abdominals are on, press out through the heel, and then resist it back in. So I'm trying to maintain that neutral pelvis, exhale out, inhale in. So I want to make sure hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, and I'm getting that full extension through that leg. Exhale as you press out, inhale in. One more. Keeping the pelvis nice and still, I'm going to externally rotate from the hip. So when externally rotating, we want to watch that people don't crank their ankle because they're kind of trying to get the foot to go farther than the alignment. So hip, heel, line up with the sit bone. Exhale as you press out. Inhale in. Try to press with your seat. Still trying to keep those lower abdominals on. Exhale out. Inhale in. One more. And then you're going to bring your foot back to parallel and slide the foot back as far as you can. So toes are on the bar. The heel will be lifted. We're going for hip extension, but we want to make sure that pelvis stays neutral. Exhale as you press out, opening up through the hip, and then resisting it in. Exhale out, inhale in. Exhale out, inhale in. One more. Good. From there, we're going to stack both legs on the carriage. Top arm is going to hug the ribs, and we're going to go into thoracic rotation. So you're going to let your head fall into your hand as you rotate open, looking over your shoulder, and then control it back. We want the pelvis to stay still, so sometimes it helps thinking about pushing that hip forward as you rotate back. We're rotating through the ribs, so we want to try and keep that top shoulder relaxed. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. One more. So then we're going to build on and go into arms. So a few options. We can start with nothing in our hands. We can add a soft weight. Or we can use the strap on a blue and we can put the hand strap into the arm. So we're going to float the arm up and then exhale down. Just coming to shoulder height. Inhale up. Exhale down. So always think about the lower abdominals just being lightly engaged. Pelvis being in neutral. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. And then we're going to do some bicep curls. So bending at the elbow and then lengthening out. So the upper arm is staying nice and still, getting that full elbow flexion and extension. One more. And then going into frontal raise. So arms coming in front, keeping it in the plane of the shoulder. So we don't want the hand to sink down. We want it to stay in line with the shoulder joint as it comes forward. Inhale forward, exhale back. Two more. So again, these can be done with the strap or a soft weighted ball. Then from there, we're going to go into our clam series. So keeping those hips stacked, keep the heels together, exhale as you rotate open, and then inhale down. Exhale up. Keeping that pelvis nice and still. So it's not about how big the movement is or how high the leg lifts. I want to keep the pelvis nice and neutral. One more. And then we're going to lift the whole leg. And sometimes with these, it's nice to have the foot bar down if it's getting in the way. Inhale as the top leg floats up. And then exhale down. Where I have a little bit of room, I can slide up. Exhale up. Inhale down. Again, I want that pelvis to stay nice and steady. So to challenge this exercise, again, you can have a blue spring on and place the strap on your thigh would be the first progression. Then moving to the foot is the next progression. Last one. And then going into hip extension. So drawing that thigh back, opening up through the hip, but keep the upper body nice and still. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. 2 more. And then circles in the hip joint. So again, we want the pelvis to stay nice and steady. Little circles in the hip joint. We want to go in both directions, still keeping those lower abdominals on. When you finish all your repetitions, roll onto your back. Place your non-working leg on the bar. Then you can place your knee. So depending on how tight we are, we might just stay here and stretch out the hip. If you can take it a little bit deeper, you lift the thigh and bring it into the chest to stretch that hip out. And like I like to say, 3 to 5 nice deep breaths. And then when you're all done, slowly lower the leg, and then take your time and set yourself up for the other side.